These AI experts are openly and publicly talking about their concerns, they're publishing the research, all of this information is out there, and still there are so many people. Let's talk about AI. More specifically, let's talk about why me and so many people around the world are very concerned with where the technology is and where the technology is going. So let's cover three main points, three main reasons why I am concerned about this technology overall. So reason number one is this AI race. When we talk about traditional competition, some things come to mind, like adding value, having a competitive advantage, increasing market share, being top of mind, and so on. When we talk about AI, this traditional sense in which we know competition doesn't really come into play. We are talking about a very different type of competition because this is not a competition between companies and that's it. Yes, it is a competition between companies, but it's also, and most importantly, a competition between countries. Because we know that whoever wins this AI race will have a more powerful military. Which is why everyone is so invested in this, everyone is so interested in this, because it has greater implications than just the technology itself. So reason number one is this is an AI race between countries, and because it is between countries, different factors come into play, and this is not your traditional competition. I am worried that in this race, we are not seeing and putting the end user's best interest first. We are prioritizing the development of this technology as fast as it needs to get done. It's not about how we build this technology safely, it's about how we build it as fast as we can. Reason number two why I am concerned is because of the leaders and the people behind this technology. So to start with, there are a very few companies that are actually working on this technology at a bigger scale. So there are very few developers, very few researchers actually having an impact on where this technology can go. Everyone else, every other company is just building on top of that. So that becomes the foundation and everyone else just builds on top of that. That to me is concerning because you would have to be very sure that these leaders and these engineers and these researchers have ethics and are highly interested in looking at the end user's best interest. So I'm concerned that they are not. Now, another reason why I am concerned is because we have CEOs who talk about this technology presenting security risks in terms of privacy, and so on. And then we have other CEOs who are saying, you know what, you don't have to worry, this is just another technology, everything's going to be fine, our lives are not going to change that much. So you have these opinions that are quite the opposite, and you end up thinking, well, who should I listen to? Like, is this guy crazy for saying that the world is going to completely change because of AI? And is this guy too calm because he's saying that everything's going to be all right? Now, what worries me here is that this is not a matter of CEOs from different companies having different opinions, different points of view. Like, that's not my concern here. My concern here is that what these CEOs know and what they think is very different to what they're saying and communicating publicly. That concerns me because they know things that they are not sharing because it's not in their best interest to share them. Now, concern number three, I am concerned that there is a huge lack of transparency and lack of understanding overall. We hear these terms like AI safety, governance, explainability, reliability, interpretability, and so on. And some companies say, yes, we're taking care of it. You don't have to worry. It's going to be fine. But like, are you really taking care of it? Because the AI safety experts are really concerned because they know that this technology, AI, is advancing at an exponential pace, while regulation is advancing at a linear pace. These AI experts are openly and publicly talking about their concerns, they're publishing the research, all of this information is out there, and still there are so many people simply saying, no, that's not going to happen. I've used the tool, it's not that smart. I'm not going to be worried about the rest, and so on. So I'd recommend that we start getting more informed about what the actual experts are saying. Another reason why I am concerned in terms of understanding and transparency is because I feel as if people are not quite understanding where this technology is and where it's going. For starters, you talk with someone about AI, an AI product, AI capability, AI feature. This someone is not necessarily in the tech space or in the AI space. And one of the first reactions that I get is like, can you give me an example? Like, I have no idea what an AI product is, so I have no idea what you're talking about, so give me an example. Another reaction I get is like, so your team is using ChatGPT. Like, that's not what we mean when we're talking about AI. That's not where the big conversation is. That's not where my concern is. I'm sure that supercharging your team with AI capability can be very interesting. And, in this moment, it is very relevant, but that's not where the huge and profound conversation is. Another reaction that I get is around people saying like, well, I'm not that concerned. It's not that smart. I've used the tool before and it didn't quite help me. Well, let me tell you something. If you used ChatGPT 2 years ago, that capability is very different from what you are seeing today. So I know that there are people out there who used this tool a while ago and now they are not using it because they think it doesn't really help them that much. I suggest you try it again. And I suggest that you try a premium plan, that you try it for your actual work and not just to play around. So in conclusion, I am concerned. I am concerned because number one, this isn't your typical or traditional competition between companies. This is an AI race. I am concerned because there's only a few people actually developing this technology. And I am concerned because there is a huge lack of understanding and a huge lack of transparency. And many people are just acting and thinking as if we were in 2022. This is not 2022, this is 2026, and the technology is very far away from where it was back then. If you really want to be prepared for the future, you have to start investing the time now. You have to start experimenting with the tools now. You just cannot wait for someone to publish another paper and for you to passively consume that and get informed. You have to actually use the tools to really understand where the capability is at and where it is going to go.